Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we are going to learn about a very important thinker in the history of education and women empowerment, Mary Wollstonecraft. She is often called the mother of feminism. Her ideas were revolutionary at her time, and they continue to inspire educators, reformers, and feminists even today. As always, please remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends who are preparing for UGC NET JRF or who are passionate about education and social change. Today's class is a part of your UGC NET education syllabus. So now let us begin with our first slide. Who was Mary Wollstonecraft? Mary Wollstonecraft was born in 1759 in London, England, and she lived during a time when women had almost no rights. Society expected women to remain inside the home, focus only on marriage and children, and never question the authority of men. Education for girls was very limited, mostly focused on domestic skills. Wollstonecraft's life was not easy. She faced financial struggles. She worked as a governess and a teacher, and she experienced many hardships as a woman in the 18th century. But these struggles also gave her strength and shaped her thinking. She became one of the first female philosophers and writers to openly argue that women are not naturally inferior to men, but they only appear so because they are denied education. Her most famous work is a book called A Vindication of the Rights of Women, 1792, which is considered one of the earliest and most important feminist texts. Sadly, she died very young at the age of 38 in 1797, soon after giving birth to her daughter, Mary Shelley, who later became a famous writer and author of Frankenstein. So when we talk about Wollstonecraft, we are talking about a pioneer, someone who questioned deep-rooted traditions and fought for women's right to education and equality. Now, let us look into the core principles of her philosophy. Wollstonecraft's philosophy was centered on women's equality and education. Let us understand some of her main ideas in simple words. Point number 1, equality of women and men. She believed that women are not born weak or inferior. They only seem so because they are denied opportunities. If given the same education, women can also achieve as much as men. Now, the role of education. Education should not just prepare women to be good wives or obedient daughters. Instead, it should help them become rational thinkers, independent individuals, and active citizens. Next, rationality and reason. She argued that both men and women are gifted with reason. Therefore, women must be trained to use their minds, not just their bodies. Criticism of social norms. She strongly criticized how society reduced women to objects of beauty and marriage. She said that such traditions weaken women and stop them from contributing to society. Next, human rights. Inspired by the ideals of French Revolution, she argued that women should also enjoy the same natural rights as men, rights to liberty, equality, and dignity. So, in short, her philosophy can be summed up as educate women, empower women, and society will progress. Now, let us look into the aims of education. According to Wollstonecraft, the aims of education should be much broader than what was practiced in her time. She wanted education to develop women's intellectual powers, not just teach them domestic skills. Education should make women independent thinkers capable of making their own decisions. Encourage moral development so that both men and women grow as virtuous human beings. Education prepare women to become equal partners in family life and society, not just submissive followers. Education helps in building a society where both men and women contribute equally to progress and democracy. So, in simple words, she believed education must prepare women to live as full human beings, not half citizens. Now, coming to the role of teachers. Wollstonecraft's ideas on the teacher's role were also very progressive. Teachers should not treat girls and boys differently in classrooms. They should encourage rational thinking, not blind obedience. Teachers must create an environment where girls feel confident to question, discuss, and express their opinions. Education should not be about memorizing, but about developing critical thinking and moral reasoning. So, for her, the teacher is not someone who simply enforces rules, but someone who guides students, both boys and girls, to become independent, responsible, and equal human beings. Now, let us move on to the methods of teaching. Wollstonecraft had some interesting ideas about teaching. She believed in co-education. Boys and girls should study together from an early age so that they learn equality in practice, not just theory. Next, learning through experience. She believed that education must connect with real life and practical situations, not just abstract knowledge. Next, developing reason and virtue. She emphasized teaching students how to think critically and live morally, rather than focusing only on rote learning. Next, simple lifestyle in schools. She did not believe in luxury or showing off. Instead, she wanted schools to focus on discipline, equality, and useful knowledge. In today's world, we can see how modern education policies that promote co-education, critical thinking, and holistic development are connected with Wollstonecraft's early vision. Now, let us discuss finally the contribution of Wollstonecraft to education for social change. So, actually, Mary Wollstonecraft's contribution goes far beyond just education for women. It is more about transforming society. She was one of the first thinkers to say that women's education is not a private matter but a public concern. If women remain uneducated, society as a whole will remain backward. She linked education with democracy. For democracy to succeed, both men and women must be educated citizens. Her writings inspired later feminist movements, women's rights campaigns, and modern ideas of gender equality. In education, Her ideas laid the foundation for movements promoting co-education, equal access, and curriculum reforms for girls. She showed that education can challenge oppression. So, just like Paulo Freire, whom we have discussed in the previous class, though from a different perspective, Mary Wollstonecraft saw education as a tool for liberation. In short, Wollstonecraft taught us that social change begins at school. When boys and girls learn together as equals, society itself becomes more just and equal. So, to sum up, Mary Wollstonecraft was not just a philosopher but a revolutionary voice for women's education and equality. She believed that if women are educated, society will be more rational, more moral, and more democratic. Her ideas, though written in the late 18th century, are still very relevant today when we discuss issues like gender equality in education, co-education, women empowerment, and democracy. We are still working on the path she helped to create. I hope this video helped you understand her philosophy in simple terms. If you found it helpful, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends who are preparing for NET JRF or who care about women's education and social change. See you in the next class.